Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you everybody. This is Abu Rasheed on the Arabic Quran YouTube channel. So tomorrow is Eid, and I thought, plenty of greetings are going to be exchanged tomorrow. So because these greetings are going to be exchanged, I thought, let's shoot a video here on some of the linguistic aspects of the two or three most common greetings that will be exchanged tomorrow, okay? And this should be, pretty enjoyable and beneficial for Arabic students and, Arabic speakers in general who want to brush up on their grammar. For those of you who are not into Arabic grammar, have never studied Arabic grammar, you're welcome to hang around. Please hang around, but I'm just warning you that this is going to be somewhat intensive in grammar, so it might not appeal to you. I just want to let you know that, okay? All right, so let's dive right into it. We have two sayings here, this one and this one, okay? They both mean essentially the same thing. They mean, may every year be well for you, or may you be well every year that's coming, okay? Now, there's a couple of differences between both of them. Okay, one of them is on the kul and this kul right here. There's a fatha on the first one, there's a dhamma on the second one. And in the first one, there is no wow, and in the second one, there is a wow. So let's talk about these differences. But in order to talk about them, first let's talk about the first example, which is kulla amin antum bikhair, and this is considered more eloquent than the second one. Although both are acceptable, both are correct, okay? Both are grammatically correct. The first one is a little more eloquent, okay? And there's the Arab academies of language, etc. They've actually written whole papers on this. And they haven't come to an agreement, but they're trying to, provide all of the explanations. And, one of the results of that is that the first expression is considered more فصيحة. Okay. All right. So let's talk about it. كل عام أنتم بخير. The first one, right? Without the wow. All right. كل. Why does that have a fatha? Well, let's talk about that. The kulla here is is used in many different ways, but one of the ways it can be used is to deputize or replace a circumstantial noun which of time, which usually indicates time. So for example, the noun that's coming after it, am, it means a year. That's considered in normally that can function as a dharf. Yom can function as a dharf. Layla can function as a dharf. Sabah can function as a dharf. And kul can function as a dharf, but that's not its only function. Okay, it doesn't indicate time by itself. Intrinsically, it's not talking about time. So we cannot say here it's a dharf. What do we say? It is. It is considered naib an dharf al-zaman. It is a deputy of the circumstantial noun of time. And because it functions as such, it has to be mansub. And the sign of nasb is the fatha. Hence, that's why we have the fatha on the kul. Okay? And then it is mansub and it is mudaf. And am is mudaf ilay, majroor. And antum, now this is, that this right here is a mubtada and khabar combination. So antum is mubtada. It is the subject. Fi mahalli raf, because it is mabni. It does not decline. And bikhair is what we call in English a sentence fragment or a phrase, and it is in Arabic referred to as shibhu jumla, and it is the khabar. It is khabar fi mahalli raf, right? Because it's not one word, all right? Okay, so, and it is made up of the ba and the khair, okay? The ba is harfu jar and the khair is ism majroor. All right, now the question is, is there another way to look at this, right? And there is, like, why is kulla am in the front and antum bikhair in the back? Well, if you look, you could say that the jumlatun asliya, the original sentence is antum bikhair kulla am. So this right here, it undergoes the process of ta'khir, of deferral, and it becomes mu'akhar. Why? Because it's important, but we want to slightly de-emphasize that. And the كل عام goes through what we call تقديم. And so it becomes muqaddam, it gets advanced. Now, these are not, I want to mention something here. This is not a grammatical point. This is a point of balagha, right? In Arabic, you have, the Arabic language consists of three main sciences: النحو, grammar; الصرف, morphology; and the other is balagha, or eloquence, like how to say things, right? Where to move words around to achieve a certain effect. What words to use, example. You know, if you have 2 or 3 words, which one do I choose to achieve a desired effect? So the كل عام, it gets pushed to the front because of this process of taqdeem. So you have taqdeem wa ta'khir going on here, and the كل عام is being emphasized that, hey, every year may you be well. Okay, that's the emphasis here. All right, so that's the first example. The second example, the kullu, is mubtada. It is the subject. Okay, unlike the first example. But like the first example, amin is mudaf ilayh. So we have kul, which is the mubtada, and the am is mudaf ilayh. So the question now is, well, where's the khabar? Well, the khabar is omitted or implied or estimated as muqbil. This is not the only choice. It could be something else, but muqbil is a reasonable choice to be to be estimated as the khabar, and it means, hey, every year that comes, may you be well. Okay, كل عام مقبل وأنتم بخير. Okay, now, and muqbil here is khabar marfu'. All right, well, what about the wow? What the wow is here, it's not simply just ataf, it's just not connecting things. It's actually called wow al-hal, or wow al-haliyah. It is the conditional wow, okay, where you're describing the state of something while something is happening, okay? So what do we mean by that? Well, antum bi khair is a sentence that describes the condition of somebody, the state of somebody. And it is called, the whole thing is called jumlatun haliyah. It comes after waw al-haliyah. And its case is fi mahalli nasb, fi mahalli nasb, okay? As if you're an Arabic student and you learn this, you probably can recall that, okay? And antum, just like the first example, antum is a subject, fi mahalli raf, and bikhair is the khabar, fi mahalli raf, just like the first example. But together, they're not just simply jumlatun ismiya, it's jumlatun haliya, okay? Now, the question is, well, you know, especially for Arabic students who have studied hal, or state or condition, well, where's the sahib al-hal? Who is the one experiencing this condition? Because there has to be a sahib al-hal. Well, the sahib al-hal here is implied. That person is implied because, remember, if you take a step or two back, this is a greeting and an expression. And I'm wishing somebody something, right? I'm wishing that every year may they be well. And so the sahib al-hal is the one being addressed. The mukhatab, the one being addressed with the statement, is the sahib al-hal. It's implied, okay? So that's enough on these two variations of of one type of saying. Here's another example. Here's another example. We have Eid Mabrook. Well, first of all, this is incorrect. Okay, Mabrook means something that has been made to kneel. Kneel, kneel. Okay, and the verb is barak. Okay. Now the verb baraka, yabruku, it means to kneel. Okay, so if you say, for example, the camels kneeled or knelt down at the oasis to rest and drink water, you would say barakat al-jimal عند الواحة لتستريح وتشرب من الماء. Right? Barakat al-jimal. Barakat al-jimal. The camels kneeled. Ay al-jimalu barika. The camels are kneeling. Okay? And if they were made to kneel, like, yeah, if you said burikat al-jimal, يعني al-jimalu mabruka. Okay? They have been made to kneel. Okay? Versus al-jimalu barika. But the bottom line is the verb has to do with kneeling. The noun barakatun, that means blessing, yes, but the verb itself is used for something that kneels, okay? It could be a human being too. Now, the Mabrook here means kneeling, so it doesn't make sense that Eid has kneeled, right? It doesn't make any sense. So this is a mistake. What the correct expression is Eid Mubarak or Eidun Mubarakun. Okay, we just say Eid Mubarak as as a style in normal everyday parlance, right? Eid Mubarak. But technically it's Eidun Mubarakun. Okay. Now, what's going on here? This is not a complete sentence because it's complete. Actually, let me take that back. It's complete if you know that there's something implied here, something omitted. Because Eid here is the mubtada, and Mubarak is the sifa or the nat or the adjective for Eid. And as you know in English, just like English grammar, you can't just have a noun like a subject with an adjective because you got to know where the predicate is. You can't say, for example, the greenhouse. The greenhouse. Well, what about the greenhouse? There's no predicate. There's no khabar, right? What about it? So the predicate here is lakum, jar wa majroor, lakum. Lakum Eidun Mubarakun. Okay? And it is mubtada here. The Eid is mubtada, but lakum is the khabar. في محل رفع. Now, the Eid, when it's nakira or indefinite, has to be moved. You cannot say Eidun Mubarakun lakum. Okay? You would be understood, but technically and grammatically, that's not correct. It's lakum Eidun Mubarakun. Okay? Unlike the next example, which is the Eid here is definite because it is mudaf, Eidukum Mubarak. That is a complete sentence. There's nothing else that needs to be considered here. This is a complete sentence. Eid is mudaf and it is the mubtada, the subject, it is marfu, and the kum is the mudaf ilay fi mahalli jar. And Mubarak is the khabar, marfu. That's it. Eidukum Mubarak. May your Eid be blessed. Okay? So that's as far as that sentence goes, or that's expression. Let's move to another set of examples. Now, people can say Eid al-Fitr, Mubarak, or Eid al-Fitr Mubarak, or Eid al-Fitr. Actually, there should be two kasras here, so let me put that. Eid al-Fitr Mubarak. Okay. What do we mean by that? Well, the Eid here is mudaf, and it is mubtada. And fitrin is fitrin or al-fitri is mudaf ilay. Both are majroor. And Mubarak here is the khabar. Complete sentence. You don't need anything else. Okay. And by the way, that both are, someone might say, well, what's the difference here? It's just a stylistic difference. Eid al-Fitr, it can carry more grandeur, but both are acceptable. Eid al-Fitr Mubarak or Eid al-Fitr Mubarak. Okay. Personally, I would say Eid al-Fitr Mubarak. It sounds more correct to me. But anyways, the next one, same thing. And by the way, the fitr is a noun from the verb fatara. Fatara yafturu. One of the nouns, or so one of the meanings of fatara is to break. Okay, break, and you're breaking the fast. So this one is the Eid that comes after Ramadan is over, right, on the 1st of Shawwal. As the other example though, Eid al-Adha Mubarak or Eid al-Adha Mubarak. That is obviously the Adha is meaning the sacrifice here. So the day of sacrifice is the Adha, and what's happening is the animal which is being sacrificed, also known as the Udhiyah, is being slaughtered according to Islamic laws and tradition. And by the way, the plural for that is Adahi of Udhiyah. The Qurban, another synonym for that. Here, just like the first example, Eid is mubtada, mudaf, and it is marfu. Adha or al-adha, both are correct, is mudaf ilay. Now, because it's ism maqsoor, means it ends with alif maqsoora, you cannot put a kasra here, but the kasra is muqaddara and it is not zahira. So adha is not a mabni noun. It is not a indeclinable noun. It is fully declinable, but its ending is estimated because you cannot add any diacritical marker to alif maqsura. Okay, and then Mubaarak is the khabar marfu. Okay, that's it. That's it on that. All right, let's. And by the way, you can say Eid, Eid al-Adha Mubarak or Eid al-Adha Mubarak. All right. Okay. Let's look at the last batch of examples here, and then we'll be done. Eid al-Fitr al-Mubarak. Yeah. Okay. So, oh, actually, I'm not showing the whole screen. There we go. Eid al-Fitr. Eid al-Fitr al-Mubarak. Al-Mubarak. So you have the al here. Okay. Well, what's going on here? Well, what's going on here is that al-Mubarak here is a sifa for, sifa for the Eid, okay? Al-Mubarak. Well, if Eid is the mubtada and al-Fitr is mudaf ilayh and al-Mubarak is the sifa for Eid, guess what we're missing? We're missing the khabar. Well, we can say that the khabar is lakum. Lakum Eid al-Fitr al-Mubarak. Okay? And if you consider the missing or the omitted or the implied piece of speech as lakum, then lakum is the khabar, and you must put a dhamma on the Eid, and you must put a dhamma here because the sifa has to agree with the mawsuf, or the na'at has to agree with the man'ut, right? So that is one possibility. The other possibility is when you say أتمنى لكم عيد الفطر المبارك. In that case, the Eid becomes مفعول به and it gets a fatha here, okay? So أتمنى, I wish for you. You explicitly, say أتمنى لكم عيد الفطر المبارك, okay? Then it has to be mansub because like I said, Eid now is no longer a mubtada, it is مفعول به. It is a direct object, okay? Receiving the action of tamanni from the verb. Okay, it's the same thing for Eid al-Adha al-Mubarak. Okay, so you can estimate it. You can say lakum, which is the implied khabar. It is estimated as that's the implied khabar fi mahalli raf, and then Eid is mubtada, right? Al-Adha is the mudaf ilayh, and again we don't put any kasra on it because it's ism maqsur. And Eid al-Adha, oh, I forgot. Yeah, should have an al here, okay? So I apologize for that. There should be an al there, so I just wrote it in there. Al-Mubarak. Or Atamanna Eid al-Adha al-Mubarak. Now, that's just like the first example. So if I use the verb Atamanna, and then this should have lakum as well. Sorry. Lakum, right? أتمنى لكم عيد الأضحى المبارك. Then this has to be fatha. All right. All right. So that's it. I hope that you benefited from this. All right. These are some of the common sayings that we'll hear. Actually, we've already started to hear them, and so we'll hear a lot tomorrow. Before the Eid and during the khutbah as well as after the Eid. So if you enjoyed this and benefited from it, please hit the like button, set notifications on, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and please circulate this video to those who love the Arabic language. This is Abu Rasheed signing off. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Eid Mubarak to everybody. And kullu aam wa antum bi khair.